Yo, growing a business is kind of tricky right now. Supply chains are squeezed, tariffs and trade policies are dynamic, and cash flow, it's tighter than ever. You need clarity to come out on top. Without it, you risk falling behind. If only you could hop in the DeLorean and see the future, right? Thankfully, there's NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite has real-time forecasting to help you move ahead with confidence. This is your AI-powered business management suite and the #1 cloud ERP. Trusted by over 42,000 businesses, NetSuite brings accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all under one roof. It's your single source of truth, giving you the data and control you need to move quickly. And with AI built in, you can automate the busy work and focus on strategy. NetSuite helps you see what's stuck, what it's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If I were running a business with a lot of moving parts, I'd use NetSuite for full control over everything. Tame the chaos with NetSuite. If your revenues are at least in 7 figures, download the free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/SPI. That's netsuite.com/SPI. The perfect product launch. It's the goal for every brand marketer. High heat, fast sellout, and fans posting recipes like trophies. What do Sydney Sweeney's soap drop, Taylor Swift's tickets, and your next launch have in common? Well, they're not bought, they're bragged about. Fanfare turns your drop into a moment. Fanfare cues real fans, blocks bots, and builds launch experiences worth screenshotting. Want hype without the heartbreak? Get Fanfare's 5-step hype drop playbook with our proven success formula and make your next launch unforgettable at fanfare.io/playbook. Again, fanfare.io/playbook. Hey, I get it. You've worked really hard to build up your business and it's doing great. So great that you need help now. The most important thing for your business is to hire the right people to support it. So how can you find amazing candidates quickly? Easy. Just use Indeed. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed Sponsored Jobs helps you stand out and hire fast. And with Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. And it makes a huge difference. According to Indeed data, Sponsored Jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. And it's one of the largest databases of job seekers, too, giving business owners access to a wide range of candidates. And one of the things I love most about Indeed is the job alerts feature. I get notified when new candidates apply. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/smartpassive. Just go to Indeed.com/smartpassive right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/smartpassive. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring Indeed is all you need.
Welcome to the Smart Passive Income Podcast, where it's all about working hard now so you can sit back and reap the benefits later.
And now your host. He figured out how to have lucid dreams and sometimes podcasts in them.
Pat Flynn.
I remember when I started blogging in 2008, and this was, we're coming up to 14 years. 14-year anniversary coming up this October. That's insane for Smart Passive Income. And of course, a lot has changed since then. And one of the things that changed is my view on sharing my platform with others. I remember in 2008 and 2009, I was very much in learning mode. And I'm always in learning mode. I'm always trying to learn new things. But back then, especially when you're starting out, you're trying to absorb as much stuff as possible and trying to execute on as much stuff as possible, right? And I had heard about this idea called guest posting. And this is where you write a guest blog for another person's website. And hopefully you'll get some exposure, and hopefully maybe you'll get a backlink as well, which will help with search engine optimization. And this strategy still is available today. You could guest post on another website. You could guest podcast on another podcast. You could guest YouTube on another YouTube or another person's channel, I guess. Would it be guest channel, guest video? Collabs. Anyway, that is a strategy to get in front of a new audience, especially if that audience aligns with yours, and hopefully you can attract through your message, through your personality, through your content, inspiration, your education. You can attract those people back to your own brand and hopefully serve them from there. Now, one of the tough things about this strategy is to gain the attention of another influencer, another creator who has a platform already, and likely you might not be as big as them or might not have as much to offer in return, and you might not ever ask. And I remember when I first started, I was afraid of asking other people for their platform, for their audience to share something. It wasn't until, It wasn't until after the podcast started that I started doing that. So that was July of 2010. Yeah. So I had waited over nearly 2 years to do a guest anything because I felt like I didn't have enough to share or enough value to offer somebody else. That's completely not true. You can provide value even if you are quote unquote a nobody. You are somebody, but if you consider yourself a nobody, don't, because you always have value to offer. It's just about, well, what is most helpful to that person or to their audience? I remember being very afraid to ask. I had landed a couple guest blog posts on friends' websites. I had gained some friends through social networks, through going to events and whatnot, and we sort of traded spots every once in a while. But I was still very afraid. But then, of course, Smart Passive Income started to grow. And as Smart Passive Income continued to grow, a lot of people started asking me if they could guest blog on Smart Passive Income and then later guest podcast. And initially, my answer was always an immediate no. Like, I don't do that. I'm trying to remember when the first guest blog post was on Smart Passive Income, but it was not early on. It took a little bit of time for me to get over that, because what I eventually realized was that by closing my brand to other people, other creators, other up-and-comers, I was being very selfish. I was also thinking like only I could help my audience. I was thinking, well, nobody understands my audience as much as I do. And all those things are absolutely false. Some of the most visited blog posts on Smart Passive Income have been ones that were actually written later on, once I opened up the possibility, ones that were written by other people. Kim Roach, fellow blogger. I haven't heard of that name in a while. I just remember that because I'm remembering some of the most popular guest spots that were on the blog. And the truth about it is that not only does it help alleviate some time, right? Because somebody else is writing something or publishing something versus you. So you get some time back. But that is just a byproduct of the other things that are incredibly helpful for not just you, but for your audience. So yes, you get to have somebody come in and fill in one of your spots that you would normally publish something yourself. But you also get to gain this amazing knowledge and experience that you never would have gotten yourself, because everybody's different. Everybody has different experiences and different unique takes or angles on something. And to have somebody on who has a unique story or a unique take on something is one of the most valuable things. And now your platform, as a result of that, becomes a hub. It's not just about you. In fact, if you think that what you're doing is about you and only you are wrong. It is about the service that you offer to others. It is about your audience. It is about serving them. And when I started opening up the platform, Smart Passive Income, to other creatives, to other educators, the brand started to become stronger. And of course, when those people, especially if they are up-and-comers, when they get that spot on your website or on your podcast, they're likely going to share that with other people and attract other people to your brand that way. So it actually works just like you guest posting on another website. A person guest posting on yours could attract a unique crowd in that regard. Also, a lot of these people are much smarter than me. And we have to realize that, again, they have a lot more knowledge that can help expand the brand in whole. And this is why I'm excited, because the next few episodes on Friday, Friday is the follow-up Fridays, and I usually do a follow-up episode after the Wednesday episode. But we did this once before, and it was such a hit that I want to do it again. And that is, I'm opening up the mic here on Smart Passive Income. And the next month or so, every Friday, you're going to hear a Teaching Friday episode from one of our very own SPI Pro members. SPI Pro, of course, is our community of entrepreneurs, a safe space for you to connect with other people and other entrepreneurs who are sharing the same experiences as you, and you can mastermind with them, you can get challenged with them, you can get your questions answered from them and ask questions, etc. And if you want to check that out, head on over to spipro.com. There you can apply to see if it's the right fit for you and if you're the right fit for us. We want it to be mutually beneficial, and if it's not, we don't want to waste your time. So again, go to spipro.com. But over the next month, like we had done once before here on the show, you're going to hear some workshops, some teaching from some SPI Pro members, because the truth is, I don't know everything and I don't try everything, but our SPI Pro members have their hands in many different kinds of things that are working in different kinds of ways. And we wanted to share the mic here at SPI with those amazing creators and amazing educators. So you're going to hear people who share stories and share strategies and tactics that you might be able to take away some incredible value from. And this is the value of opening up your platform to other people. And I want to invite you to do the same. Even if you feel like you have maybe more of a smaller brand and you question whether or not you could attract people to come and contribute to your platform, I want you to slap that thought away. I want you to realize that you, with the audience that you have built, even if it's a small one, have value to offer others, and others want to share their value with you and that audience as well. I also realize that by doing this, you also strengthen the connection you have with your audience who are the guests on the show, right? So SPI Pro members come on and you'll hear them teach, and it only solidifies their loyalty to the brand and my loyalty to them as well. It's just an incredibly mutual beneficial relationship that happens there. In addition to that, and this is one of the biggest pros, or pun intended, I guess, but one of the biggest benefits of sharing your platform, especially in a public forum like this, is that, you're going to hear about SPI Pro for the next week, and then the week after that, from not me, from not any of my team members, but from literal members of SPI Pro. And no, we're not telling them to pitch SPI Pro, because just them being themselves and showing up and teaching, it inherently is pitching SPI Pro every single time without even asking. It's just such a beautiful thing. Every time that I've purposefully opened up this platform to others to share their story and to share their transformations, it has done nothing but help the brand. Case in point, there was a podcast episode way back when we launched Power Up Podcasting where I invited 3 beta students, or 3 of our sort of tester students, to come on and share their story. And without even prompting them, all 3 of those students, Dr. B, Dr. Shannon Irvin, and Rob from Disney Travel Secrets, they all mentioned Power Up Podcasting and how it is already changing their lives in different kinds of ways. And again, opening up the platform to them. And if you haven't read the book Story Brand by Donald Miller, I highly recommend you would do so. Or the book Superfans by yours truly, because they speak to this idea of shining a spotlight on your audience, on making your audience the hero of the story. Your student is the hero of the story. Your customer is the hero of the story. And your audience is there, and they hear this story, and they feel like that they can do it too. It's one thing for me to tell you about how great SPI Pro is and all the things that you get inside of it, and how the team is even expanding to be more present in there and to take care of you. I could talk about that all day long, but it's not going to make as big of an impact as somebody from within SPI Pro who perhaps once doubted it, or perhaps once just wasn't sure if it was the right thing, but they took a gamble on it. They invested in it, and now are getting a return on investment that is unmatched. And that's what I hope that you'll find over the next month. But more than that, I want you to pay attention to the students who come on, the members of SPI Pro who come on to teach you, because they have some amazing things to share. And not only do I just tell you to shine the spotlight on your audience too, we practice it here. You're about to hear it. Anyway, I just want to remind you about that. Share your platform, because there's so many other people who can help make it even better beyond you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Smart Passive Income Podcast. Look out for episode 591 next Wednesday, if that is not published already. And guess what? We're talking funnels. We're going to get a little detailed. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty of funnels for all kinds of things, but especially high-ticket items. And if you don't think that you can have a high-ticket offer for what it is that you do, well, you'll be convinced otherwise after next week's episode. So until then, take care. Thank you so much, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, and as always, Team Flynn for the win. Thanks for listening to the Smart Passive Income Podcast at smartpassiveincome.com. I'm your host, Pat Flynn. Our senior producer is Sarah Jane Hess. Our series producer is David Grabowski, and our executive producer is Matt Gartland. Sound editing by Duncan Brown. The Smart Passive Income Podcast is a production of SPI Media. We'll catch you in the next session. Hey, fellow podcaster, does this sound like something you've experienced? You record your podcast episode on one platform, download the files, edit in another app, then fire up a different tool just to create these social clips? Well, it can be clunky, time-consuming, and frankly overwhelming, especially for creators trying to grow. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about Riverside. Riverside is the all-in-one platform. Record, edit, and repurpose your podcast content all in one place. You just log in, record with your guests no matter where you are in the world, and just like that, studio-quality audio and high-resolution video. We use Riverside here at SPI as well now. With built-in AI, I can automatically clean up my audio, saving myself so much editing time, and it can even auto-generate clips to make promoting the show a breeze. And with Magic Clips, I can grab the best moments and repurpose them as short-form video, perfect for YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or Instagram, without re-recording a thing. So if you're tired of juggling tools and want a faster, simpler way to create and scale your content, it's time to try Riverside, built by creators for creators. Just go to smartpassiveincome.com/Riverside and use code SMART to get 1 month free on the Pro plan. That's smartpassiveincome.com/Riverside, promo code SMART. Have you dreamt about being your own boss, but still haven't made the first steps to making that dream a reality? Well, I get that. Starting a business can feel super overwhelming with legal forms, paperwork, finances. It's a lot. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about Taylor Brands. Taylor is a complete business builder designed to make launching your business simple and stress-free. You can register your LLC in just minutes, keeping your personal assets and the business assets separate from day one. From there, you get access to everything you need to get off the ground. Legal documents, licenses and permits, invoicing and bookkeeping tools, and even a 100-day business coaching program, all designed to help you hit the ground running. You'll also get a free, personalized business plan, branding tools, and so much more. And of course, listeners of this show get an exclusive 35% discount to get started. All you have to do is head to taylorbrands.com/SPI. That's TAILORBRANDS.com/SPI. Stop dreaming, start building with Taylor Brands.